Hey, what's up guys? VenomousStare here, back with everybody's favorite matchup, Zerg versus Zerg. Zerglings, banelings, roaches, can't get enough of it. However, to get us through it, we have the handsome, fresh coast, Asian, benevolent, pro gamer, EG.Suppy. Thank God! You're like, oh, I was going to turn it off at ZvZ, you know, but no. We have a Suppy game, guys. This is a big deal. Suppy was one of the best Americans back in 2012. He came from that crop of foreign Zergs, but stayed relevant even after Zerg became more balanced. After Heart of the Swarm came into play, he stayed relevant. And he's a strong macro player. I always like to showcase good macro Zergs on this channel because honestly I think Zerg is one of the most, out of the three races, it's probably the trickiest one to learn to macro with, because you have to make a decision whether you want units or drones as opposed to just making both. His opponent this game is going to be the red Zerg, VillaiN, who is over here and is going early Evo chamber with +1 attack, which is very peculiar and indicates early aggression. Suppy is electing to make drones. Both of them, of course, are getting Zergling speed immediately. Suppy has an earlier baneling nest than VillaiN. VillaiN obviously elected to spend his gas on that +1 upgrade. VillaiN chases off Suppy's Overlord and almost kills it. Okay, that was bad, sorry. VillaiN is coming forward with Zerglings here. Suppy has some Banes already, and he's making a Spine Crawler. VillaiN has 14 more Zerglings on the way, and he makes Suppy waste one of his Banelings. Suppy microing the other one excellently. VillaiN making 3 Banelings, so Zerg versus Zerg, boys. Ling Bane aggression. VillaiN's +1 is about to finish, which will be very helpful. However, I don't know why he didn't get +1 defense. That would mean his Lings could survive 1 Bane hit. 3 Banes, ooh, suicide onto the spine. VillaiN does kill the spine though, so if that's what he was trying to do, then mission accomplished. But that looked like a mistake to me. 8 more skill Banes coming, 2 for Suppy. Suppy loses his queen. Back and forth action. This is a real knife fight, guys. VillaiN is still pumping Lings and Banes. Suppy has 1 more spine on the way. 2 more Banes coming up the ramp here from VillaiN, as well as more Lings. VillaiN might even run up the main here. Oh, he runs onto the spine here. That was intentional. We saw him target fire, actually. He does kill the spine, and he's going to run into the main here, but Suppy has Lings to deal with it. He's a pro gamer. Look at his macro. Was insane. Or I guess he was a pro gamer. I don't know if he still is considered one, but we can see Suppy had excellent macro throughout all of that. He kept his injects up, he kept his Lings up, and he kept making Banelings. He didn't get flustered. And he did an excellent job defending that despite VillaiN having the upgrade advantage. And an upgrade in a mirror matchup is huge. So for Suppy to defend that with such ease really is shocking. And I love to see it. VillaiN killing 2 of Suppy's Banelings there, and he has a lot of Lings. 1 of Suppy's Banes going off. If we go to units, it's a complete, absolute disaster. Lots of Zerglings are fighting each other. It really is a cluster, boys. 2 more Banes coming in here from the superior wolf Suppy, and health bar should be on, but every time I load in a replay, Blizzard resets my settings. Suppy running forward here, even though he has the Zergling upgrade disadvantage, he has the number advantage up until now where VillaiN spawns more Lings. Look at Suppy, he has more coming across the map. Brooches on the way from Suppy. Lings coming across the map for VillaiN. It's a very short rush distance, this map, Ulrena, similar to Scrap Station if you played that one back in the day. Roaches are on the way from Suppy. +1 Carapace is on the way from VillaiN. Once these Zerglings get 1-1, they'll be very strong, particularly if Suppy doesn't get any upgrades. I know it seems obvious, but this is one of those upgrade combinations in StarCraft 2 that's abnormally strong, like +1 Zealots into unupgraded Zerglings. 1-1 Zerglings into unupgraded Roaches are absurdly powerful, so Suppy has to be wary of that. Suppy still has the drone advantage though. and I would argue he has the tech advantage. One thing Suppy knows and that you should consider, especially if you're a new player, is that whenever you fight upgrade intensive ling armies like this, making banelings is always important. Oftentimes players will just go mass roach, oh I'm going to make a bunch of roaches and just overwhelm him. Bad idea, you always have to mix in banes. And it can be very difficult because you always, okay, here comes the fight, I'll finish the point later. Banelings damaging Suppy's units. But VillaiN just does not have very much. He's at a supply disadvantage, a severe one. Suppy with a constant stream of ling and roach across the map. The zerglings are to make more banelings. Notice how many hits that took. That's because VillaiN has the upgrade advantage. That's why it kind of looked weird. If you play a lot and notice that looked weird, that's why. VillaiN is going to try to get a surround, but Suppy got into an excellent position. Great pro gamer mindset. He's going to continue to reinforce across the map with roaches. This was an action-packed ZvZ, an exciting one, but what do you expect from the superior wolf? His Twitter and my Twitter will be in the description. You should subscribe.